Hey everybody, Sentai 5 here, and welcome to my first KING-OHGER toy review. And starting off, I'm going to take a look at the action heroes for the core team. Before we start, I'm just going to give a quick breakdown of what I'm going to review in the next few days. Starting obviously with the action heroes. Then I'm going to do the KING-OHGER mecha. I'm still waiting for that to arrive. It should be here Wednesday. I will not be reviewing the OHGER caliber, mainly because I just want to wait for the Memorial Edition that's going to eventually come next year. Sorry about that. But I will be doing the King's Weapon. I know it's kind of weird to do that and not the other when both of them combine, but just bear with me, so I apologize. And then that's pretty much going to be it for the first batch of stuff until April, basically. So let's start off by looking at the packaging for all 5. Starting off with Kuwagata Ohger and the King Speeder set. It's nice that we're getting another bike this year, especially with the popularity of EnyaRideon, even though it was pretty much phased out throughout Donbrothers, but made some appearances here and there throughout the show once it got later into the series. Here's a look at the Tombo Ohger packaging. Here's a look at the Kamakiri Ohger packaging. Here's a look at the Papillon Ohger packaging. And finally, here's a look at the Hachi Ohger packaging. Alright, you know the deal. Let's open them up. Alright, let's start off by looking at Kuwagata Ohger with his 360 look. He's got two-tone colors, and you'll be able to see it much better with the others. Moving on to articulation, the arm pegs can move in and out. The arms themselves can rotate 360. They can move in and out. They can bend at the elbows, rotate at the wrists. The wrists are on a ball joint, but you can't really utilize it that well on these figures. They also have a bicep swivel. Legs can swivel at the thighs. It has a very interesting bend at the knee. I mean, look at that kneecap, it looks pretty cool. The feet rotate 360 and are very loose on mine. The waist rotates all around, and unfortunately it's a little loose on all of my figures. And the head rotates 360 and can move up and down. Let's take a look at his Ohger caliber. Each ranger has one and it's molded in their colors. It's made of soft plastic, so it might be bent in the package a little bit. Alright, next up, let's take a look at the King Speeder. It looks very, very nice. Love the stag beetle theme, reminds me of the bee fighter cycles. And good news, it's painted on the other side. I really like the gold wings in the back. I like how the stag legs form the piping on the bottom. And they also form the front and back wheels, in addition to the bike having that center wheel. And of course it has an action feature when you roll it. The stag jaws pinch its enemies. Or in this case, Kamakiri Ohger. Moving on, we have Tombo Ohger. The rest of these figures have the exact same articulation as Kuwagata Ohger, so I'm not going to try to talk over and be repetitive like that. If you want to skip ahead to the final thoughts, then please go ahead. The visor is missing black paint on the bottom to complete the dragonfly, and I didn't even notice that until I actually even got the figure, so that's a shame. Here's a look at Kamakiri Ohger. Next is Papillon Ohger. And finally, here's a look at Hachi Ohger. So final thoughts. Overall, they're pretty good. They're your basic figures that we get pretty much every year since Zenkaiju, just named action heroes instead of change heroes this year. There's some changes I would have made on them, like making the shoulder pads be able to move instead of molded onto the arms, and the mantles being on a hinge joint kind of hinders a lot of that movement. I would have rather had them on a ball joint. Luckily for the Yudos, that changes a lot, which looks a lot better in my opinion. But it comes down to your own preference anyway, because you might not want to sticker the Yudos up, you might not have time or patience for that, so you might want to just go with the action heroes instead. Or if you just want to wait for the Yudos to come out and have some better detail and better look overall, then go for that instead. That being said, Bandai has never really given your money's worth with the change heroes and now the action heroes because of the accessory count. And I get that's probably due to like budget reasons and stuff, trying to keep it affordable, but let's be honest, they could have thrown the King's weapon in each of their colors and modes specific to the Rangers here, because it feels a little bit lacking as it usually does, but at the same time it gets the job done, if that makes any sense. I don't know, it's a weird middle ground, but I still highly appreciate them. I think the main one out of this set that's really worth it is probably Kuwagata Ohger and the King Speeder set, because it's a vehicle with a Ranger, and I'd just say, you know, you're probably getting your money's worth out of that. I dropped links in the description, so if you are interested in getting them, you know where to find them. I also put up some comparison pics to EnyaRideon, because this is the second year in a row we're getting a bike, and as much as I'd like the King Speeder a lot, I do prefer EnyaRideon a little bit more, mainly because it takes that extra step to combine with the mecha. And in that sense, you kind of maximize your playability with it. So yeah, all in all, I recommend them if you don't want to wait for the Yudos and don't want to sticker them as well. Or maybe you're just interested in getting one of your favorite Rangers or a few of your favorite Rangers and not the entire team. But if you wait for the Yudos, you might actually be saving a lot more money, because you get the entire team plus all the accessories and different hand options for less than this entire set costs. So that's another thing to really consider if you're balling on a budget. It's still very nice that Sentai is doing posable action figures for their main line, and it's been going 3 years strong now, so I'm really happy about that. And I really like the KING-OHGER suits to begin with, so these were really a no-brainer for me. I will be getting the Yudos set, and I will be reviewing that for the channel, so look for that sometime next month. And I'll also be getting the action hero Kuwagata Ohger that's coming out next quarter, as well as the Spider Ranger that we're supposed to be getting, so look forward to those in the future. But that's it for this review. If you have the action heroes, let me know what you think of them. And also let me know what you thought of episode 1. I thought it was really good, and I can't wait for more of the series. But until then, stay safe, and I'll see you all next time.